In today's video, I want to discuss my favorite Warlock exotic in the current season, which is Season of the Wish. This is a new series that I want to start because I've had many favorite exotics over the years on all three classes, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that want to know what my favorite exotic is or what I like using in the current season, because obviously things change, metas shift, or maybe I just get tired of using something over and over again. Now, I will be doing two other videos like this for the two other classes, for Titan and Hunter, but this is for Warlock. Now, without further ado, my favorite current Warlock exotic in this season is Karnstein Armlets. So when Season of the Wish first launched, Bungie did a massive sandbox update like they always do for new seasons, and a bunch of exotics got updated. Karnstein Armlets were one of them. And here were the changes. Melee kills now grant Cure Tier 3 and Restoration Tier 1 for 8 seconds. Finishers now grant Cure Tier 3 and Restoration Tier 2 for 8 seconds. So for a lot of people, I think at first glance, this doesn't look like anything insane, but it actually is. So basically, when you finish an enemy and you get that Tier 2 restoration, you're pretty much unkillable. You're healing so fast that it's like you're being in a well, basically. So you're just a mobile well. And then what really tops this all off is that there is a fragment on all three solar classes, but obviously this only works for Warlock, where if you get solar weapon kills, it extends restoration. So if you pair this with your favorite solar weapon, something like Sunshot or a solar machine gun, like the Dawning machine gun, you can kill things so quickly that you're never going to run out. You're just a mobile well. And again, to restart it, all you have to do is get a new finisher kill. So the weapon that I have been pairing Karnsteins with the most has definitely been Sunshot. Obviously, Sunshot is super fun this season because it's a solar season, but I've also been using the Epical integration, which is the Neomuna hand cannon. Forget exactly how you get it. It's like a quest line that you start from, I think, Osiris at Neomuna, but yeah, it's just the Neomuna hand cannon. It was the one that was like advertised with Lightfall that we didn't get right away, and then Bungie like said oopsie and then gave it to us like a couple seasons later. But yeah, it's a really fun hand cannon. It has incandescent, and it's a 140, so it's really good. Highly recommend it. But yeah, those have been probably the two weapons that I've been pairing the most with Karnsteins, because I really like hand cannons. Hand cannons haven't been in the meta for many seasons until this season, because Bungie gave them a bunch of buffs to majors and stuff like that. I do highly recommend hand cannons specifically for Karnsteins because they have so much range, or like a lot of range / they're good close range as well. Like you could use a sidearm, you could use a pulse rifle, you could use a scout rifle, but obviously if you use a sidearm, you're going to be very limited to close range restarting the restoration. And then if something's too far, you're not going to be able to hit it. And then obviously pulse rifle, scout suffer from not having good close range, but really good long range. So I think hand cannons are just the perfect combination. Obviously, submachine guns are also really good, and there's a lot of really good submachine guns in the game currently. I personally am just really bored of using submachine guns because they've been in the meta now for like 4 years. But I would still recommend things like Callus Mini Tool. There's a new open world sub this season called Parabellum that's also really good. Those are two solar machine guns or submachine guns that you could use with Karnsteins. One of the main reasons why Karnsteins are my favorite in this current season is that Bungie finally gave Warlocks something that had really good survivability. So obviously well is really good survivability, especially for your team, but you're not going to have a well at all times. Where this gives you, the player, something at all times. And it was something that I felt like Warlocks were desperately missing. This is also something that I hope Bungie ends up doing more of in the future. I hope that they saw this as a great success with an exotic tuning. Because the best part about Karnsteins is that it is a risk-reward exotic. So you obviously have to be risky to continue to get kills, to continuously keep up restoration. And you have to get a finisher to start it off right off the bat. Now, obviously, I haven't talked about this. You can get a regular melee kill and it gives you restoration ×1, but that is not very good. The difference between restoration 1 and 2 is massive. But like I said, that's the risk reward, where if you are risky enough to get a finisher, you're pretty much unkillable now for 8 to 12 seconds. I forget what the timer is. I do know that Karnsteins are a little bugged, and I don't know if Bungie completely fixed them. There is one fragment that says when you get restoration, you're increased, like the timer is increased. And I don't think that one was working. Then there's another one where if you pick up a fire sprite, you get restoration. And if you have that on, it will take your seconds down to 8 instead of 12. So again, I'm not 100% sure if Bungie's fixed all of these, or I know that they're aware of them, but I just don't use those fragments because, like they said, they weren't working. I only use quarantines and the fragment that gives you the extended time when you get solar kills. I guess the one thing I really didn't talk about is how quarantines are just really good for solo content, like solo flawless dungeons and stuff. As you can see, like in this video, I've been just running through random solo stuff. Like I did a little bit of ghost dungeon, and then I ended up doing the newest dungeon, solo flawless, with quarantines a couple months ago whenever it first released, and it was a breeze. I think I did it like second try. The first time I died, it was just, I think I fell off something. But yeah, so quarantines just really, really fun in solo content. So I highly recommend, if you haven't done a solo flawless on a Warlock yet, you can mess around. As you can see, like currently right now, I was just messing around trying to find places with a lot of ads. So I was in Pit of Heresy, and you can see I just never anywhere close to dying. But yeah, that is my favorite Warlock exotic in Season of the Wish. Would love to hear what your guys' favorite exotics are in this season. I'm sure there's a bunch that I've never used or tried. Maybe I'll give them a try. I'm always looking to mess around with different things, different builds. Next time you guys see Arms Day, Lost Sector, definitely get some card scenes. Telling you. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Peace.